Welcome back to Pierce Productions, everybody. My name is Trace, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite animated shows, Beavis and Butthead. The new revival series on Paramount Plus is coming to an end, and I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and rank the top 10 characters of the series. If you love Beavis and Butthead as much as me, be sure to check out my other Beavis and Butthead videos with the link down below. Starting off at number 10, I'm going to give that spot to Daria. Now, the main reason she's number 10 is not because I hate the character or anything like that. I don't hate any of the characters that are on this top 10 list. It's just I have never had the appeal to go and watch her own show that she has herself, and whenever she would pop up in the earlier seasons of Beavis and Butthead, it was just kind of here and there, and there was really nothing for me to grab onto about this character. Next up is Coach Buzzcut. Now, this is a character that has been around since the beginning. Unfortunately, we have not seen him in this new revival of the series, but nonetheless, I'm placing him in the number 9 spot. Alright, number 8, we're gonna give it to Principal McVicker. Principal McVicker is another character that has yet to be seen in this new series revival. Maybe if they continue with another season next year, we may be able to see him. I don't remember if they explained why he's not around, but I'm ranking this character just based off the first earlier seasons of the series. Now, the next two coming up, I had trouble swapping them back and forth, but for number 7, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Stuart. Stuart is just a kid that everyone has met and everyone knows within the neighborhood that you grew up in. He's a very nice boy. He's very kind and caring, and unfortunately, he's really gullible. Even having the boys tell him to go break milk cartons in the back of the convenience store, he goes and does it and gets in trouble for it. Playing hide and go seek and going missing for hours. Repeatedly, we see Stuart do these things, but for some reason, even though he's so gullible, I just love whenever he pops up. It always puts a smile on my face. Now, coming up in the number 6 spot, I do feel that this character, if someone else were to do this ranking, he would probably be in the number 3 slot. But Tom Anderson, we've seen him in multiple episodes, even in this new series, which was good to see. We see him in the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America, which he actually has a pretty large part in that movie. This is another character, much like Stuart, where you know someone like this in real life. To me, though, he's a pretty one-dimensional character. Well, hell, most of these characters are. But unfortunately, the 5 above him I was not able to replace, so Tom Anderson is going to live in my number 6 spot. Alright, we're halfway there. Number 5 is coming in with Todd.
He sure is cool. Yeah.
Todd is a character that on the surface, all he is the bully that picks on Beavis and Butthead, but I just find him, even though he only is there to do one purpose, I find him hilarious whenever he comes on screen. He's such a douchebag, and that's the point of the character, and it plays so well. Alright, my number 4 spot is here, and this is a character that most people may have bypassed, but I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a legitimate character. The almighty Cornholio.
Are you threatening me?
This is the alter ego of Beavis. Whenever he gets too much sugar, caffeine, anything like that, he turns into Cornholio. Now, I can only take Cornholio in segments. If this was something that happened to Beavis every single episode, it would get extremely old and played out for me, but they find a way to sprinkle it in every now and then, and it keeps it fresh by doing that and not overusing it, because Cornholio himself only has a couple catchphrases that he says, which I love, but there's not really too much depth to this character. Alright, in my number 3 spot, I'm going with Mr. Van Driesen. This is a character that I have had teachers like this in the past growing up in high school, and he's just such a nice and caring guy. How could you not like him? He's always there to listen to Beavis and Butthead. He's always been there to comfort them and to make them not feel as dumb as they are. He's a genuinely caring person. In my number 2 spot, I'm going to go ahead and give this to Butthead. Really, it was down to the wire, obviously, for the number 1 and number 2 spot of Beavis and Butthead. But the reason I'm going to go ahead and give number 1 to Beavis over Butthead is because I feel like they've played around with the character of Beavis much more. There was that Christmas episode where they kind of go through his life and how his life would have turned out if he wasn't hanging around with Butthead all the time, and kind of gave him more layers. In the most recent movie, they give him a little spark of interest, of love for the Siri app on the phone. He thinks it's Serena the astronaut, but that's neither here nor there. What we were given was more layers and depth, and we were shown that he's more than just an idiot and can be more. Now, with Butthead, they did do this with a most recent episode of this new series called Nice Butthead. If they would have done stuff like that earlier, then it really would have been a toss-up, but I gotta give the edge to Beavis just because I feel like there's more personality to Beavis than there is to Butthead. So those are my top 10 characters ranked of Beavis and Butthead. How would you place those characters in order if you were to rank them? If you stuck around this far in the video, I really appreciate that, and I will appreciate it even more if you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And once again, just like I said earlier, if you are interested in more Beavis and Butthead videos, I will leave the link down below to my other videos.